been put on 25 down. Now click it once, hold it.
What's up guys, happy Sunday. Thanks for tuning in to my latest video, The Life of a Jobbing Plumber, sponsored by Power Toolmate and Velocity Pro Gear. So, a couple of things to tell you. Finally got you the discount code for Power Toolmate. So if you're buying anything from Power Toolmate, use PB5 and you'll get 5% off. And that will work on top of any other offers that they're currently running on the site. So that's good, hopefully save you some money. And Friday the 12th, so this Friday coming, I'm going to be at Michael Pavis in Nottingham with Lawton Copper. We're going to be giving out an award for the guy who won the Win Your Weight in Copper competition, and also I'm going to have the pipe bending challenge. So if you want to come down, have a go on that. There'll be some prizes to win on the day. Should be there till, you know, early afternoon, lunchtime-ish. So it'd be good to see you there. That's Michael Pavis in Nottingham. If you want any more details, just drop me a message and I'll let you know on that. So we'll get on with the video. This week I've got a gas fire repair, leak on a central heating system on an expansion vessel, horrible job, radiator 10mm pipe repair that I didn't want to do, and also I did a sort of like day in the life of how I use the Tradify app, going to jobs, seeing where they are on the app, sending the invoice when I'm sat in the van, stuff like that. So hopefully some of you will find that interesting. And we've got an I fucked up story for you at the end. Hope you enjoy it. Right, so this job we called out to a leak, and it looks like the expansion vessel has fell off that bracket. But what it's done is it's twisted in this T when it's fell down. You can see I can move it a little bit. Obviously that was upright. And it's been dripping into this tray. So what we've got to do is drain it down, empty the water like this because this is really heavy, and then I'm going to probably sweat that off and redo it. So what I'm doing now is I've got my hose on, draining down, and while I'm draining it down, I'm pumping air into this expansion vessel to force the water that's in it out. So I'm going to pump that up to 1 bar. Hopefully that should empty it, and then once it's full like that, I'm going to leave it connected and monitor and see if that pressure goes down. If it does go down, then we've probably got a perforated or failed expansion vessel. So we need to see if this lasts. Right, that's been on there a little while now, so I'm happy to take that off. And this now should be as light as a balloon. Yep, and then you'll see as I turn this back up to where it was, so that's moving in that. So that's moving in there. Okay. Sort of looks alright, so maybe it was just the weight of it. So you've got to try and sweat this off without melting this clip, which is going to be almost impossible. So it's going to be a new clip as well. Okay, so sweated that off, cleaned it, new clip on there because this clip was no good. I've also replaced these 2 clips because one of them was broken. So the next job is going to sweat this off here, and then because I'll reuse this, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that's my tea on. All I've done for this piece here is recreated this bit. So there's an elbow that's going to look into that, and rather than have an elbow there, I've just bent it. So that's ready to solder now. So we'll solder that, and then this can go on. And then I need something, because this was never, there's no strap. So it looks like this was just butted up against that, but no actual strap going through it. So I've got to see what I've got in the van to fix that on. Look at you two. Good girl. You okay? Chin scratch. Head massage. That's all. You alright? Normally whizzing about. Tired. Right, so that's all soldered up. So now I've got to fit this. I found this on the van. I've got a couple of these I keep. So I'm hoping I can just use that through that channel there. We'll see. Yeah, it's gone behind there. Lovely. Right, so that's on, connected. I've just checked, still got 1.10 bar in. It was 1.15, but taking this on and off, you do lose a bit. So I'm happy that that vessel's okay. So now we can fill the system back up. Okay, looks good to me.
I don't think that's been cleaned out since it's been put in. Down. Now click it once. Hold it.
Little maintenance job here. So the boiler has got low pressure. The tenants have tried to put some water pressure in, and this is what's happened. It's spraying out of the actual lever and then running down the wall. So that's on the cold. It's also, just looked at the heat inside. A bit of water runs down that, so I'm just going to change the whole thing. So this is cold mains, this is live, so I have to turn the mains off first so I can take this side off, and then this side obviously to get off is on the heating system side. Obviously we've got low pressure, but we need it to be on 0 so it doesn't shoot out across the room. So first step, turn the cold water off. We've actually got a shore stop. I'll show you that off. So I should now be able to undo the cold side. Okay, so that's the cold one off. That's got the check valve in it, non-return valve. If the heating side hasn't got one, I should be able to open this and just drain the pressure off the boiler into the tub, like that. So I'm just going to basically open this, get it until the water stops, and then I can safely take that one off. So back in the van after that filling loop job, load up Tradify. That's the job, 00104, that's where I am. So if I click on that, that loads the job up. There it is, the Wiesmann boiler, filler loop leaking when being used to be replaced. And now all I'm going to do is add on to this what I want money-wise, what I did, and send the invoice straight away. And then I can move on to the next job without worrying about my paperwork piling up, which is what used to happen before I got a work management app. My next job is on the next street along, and that's this job here, so that's what I'm going to do now. So load that up, and that is a new outside tap under kitchen window. So let's go and do that. Although it's raining. I'm just outside. Outside tap and it's raining. I never do outside taps, never. Can't remember the last time I had to, well, actually I did one last week, but other than that, don't very often fit outside taps, and it's pissing it down. Right, so got outside tap to fit. It's still raining. Looking on the cupboard on the inside. I reckon the waste pipe goes out there. You can see daylight straight out. Already got a hole there, so I might use that actually. And then that's the cold, so probably got room to put tea in there. So I got one of these. Hopefully that copper is long enough to get me inside. They do a longer version though, but this is just what I keep on the van. It's just inside. So water's off. What I did was press that socket on before I pushed the pipe through. So now this is my copper pipe to here. And then I think what I might do, just change that to a T. Really, I just want to put a T and then bend up onto an elbow there. We'll see. So I've pressed a T on there, moved that flex up, isolation valve there, got my double check valve there, and then I'm just got to press this, and then we're pretty much done. Get the water back on. Sorted. So back in the van with heater on because I'm freezing. Back on Tradify, load up the job, write down what I've done, how much I want, save it, on to the next job. Right, so you can see there, my new location is at my next job. The two jobs that I've already done have changed to pink because I've updated them from scheduled, which is what the greeny blue one is, to invoiced or to invoice. So as you change the jobs, as you update them to different statuses, they change colour, which is pretty cool. So this one I'm not looking forward to. So I think I came out to look at this 3 weeks ago. It was on a Friday afternoon and I just didn't want to do it. Still don't want to do it. 10mm socket, been leaking for a long time. You can see water on the end of my finger there. Basically just needs desoldering and redoing. So I drained it out. I've got this new weir, I don't even know the name of it, but first time I've used it, it's like a ratcheting open-ended spanner. It's adjustable. This one's like 7 to 10mm, and it does fit drain cocks, but it's just very fiddly. You can see it ratcheting there. Obviously, the first time I've used it, so I can't really give you an opinion on it, but I didn't think it was as good as other tools that I would use, especially like my Master Cool wrench. If you've seen that before, I prefer that. But it's new, so I thought I'd try it. So drained it down, and now I am sweating off the socket, basically just heating it up until the solder melts. You can see I've got the drain cock still open, letting any steam, because if there's water in this pipe and it generates steam, you'll never sweat this off. And you'll notice when it's ready to go, or just about ready to go, you'll see the solder start to spit out the side of the fitting. It's going to happen any second now. If you just watch it, you'll start to see it spit. There you go. Little bits of solder now spitting out, so that's almost ready to pull apart. And now, once I've pulled that off, there's a little bit of water in the pipes. This one's being a bit more stubborn, but just be persistent with the heat. Angle it down if you can. And they just need cleaning. You can see on the right hand pipe it hadn't quite gone on the full way, so that's probably why it was leaking, or it had been twatted with a hoover, which is normally the case. This is a student let. While I was doing this, an airlock must have released because it started to absolutely piss water out. I just jammed my flux brush in there, which I thought was quite funny. So I've cleaned the pipe, and now the new socket's on there, and that just needs soldering. Wasn't as bad as I thought this job was going to be. The only thing about it is it's not a very nice job. It's a student let. The pipe comes down in some electrical trunking. It don't sit all the way in. It's just hanging there, but it's a repair at the end of the day. There's nothing else really I could do with that. So that's that rad job done. Glad to get that one out of my to-do list. I've not been looking forward to that. So my last job, which I'm on the way to now, I've just been to grab a coffee, is this one here. When I started drinking this coffee, it was daylight. I've just literally done a couple of phone calls, drank this, and now it's pitch black. Anyway, there's my next job. So that was a basic run through of how I use the Tradify app. No gas certificates this time, just 3 sort of what I would call jobbing jobs. But hopefully it gives you an idea of how I use it. If you like the look of it, you can have a free 14-day trial. It doesn't cost you anything. They don't ask for you like bank details or anything. Try it out for 14 days, and if you do like it and you want to use it, if you when you sign up, if I think it's B Plumber is the code, and you get 50% off for the first 3 months. Giving this another chance on a boiler, so open it up, on, and then it's like a ratchet, so you can keep it on the nut. I mean, it does work. It just feels a bit, see, it's just a bit flimsy. I don't know, there's something I don't like about it. I mean, that there's no difference on here. Obviously it's on the front to using any kind of ratchet. It might come in handy if you had something sort of somewhere difficult to get to, but even then, to get it started, you do have to push it that way to open it. You couldn't just force it on like I'm pushing it. I suppose you could, but it's not ideal. Then I just find it slips off. See that? Just don't quite get it. But make your own mind up if you need one. I mean, we've got by this far without them, but they've obviously designed them for something. But yeah, make your own mind up, guys.
Hi, you're right guys. My name's Josh. I'm a 26-year-old apprentice. I've qualified my level 2 and I'm training for my level 3 gas. And here's a little story of how I fucked up. I'm still an apprentice, so probably going to make loads more mistakes. But this is probably my biggest one to date, and it's really made me sort of think about things. Take a little bit more time with things when I'm doing stuff. What I basically did is on site we have back to wall pans, so you can't once the toilet's fitted, you can't see if there's any leaks or anything. And basically, I'd been sent into a customer's house to change a faulty pan connector. So I changed a faulty pan connector, pushed back the toilet, flushed it about 2 or 3 times, everything was okay. And then I started to notice sort of like a few like bits of weeping from between the cistern and the pan, and I thought like the donut washer is like dodgy or needs tightening a little bit. So basically took the toilet back out, tightened up. It was just the wing nuts that were a bit loose, so tightened them back up, pushed the toilet back, and then I flushed the toilet, and then as soon as I flushed the toilet, water just went everywhere, all on the customer's like ensuite carpet, all on the tiled flooring, and I just grabbed the towel as quickly as I could and started mopping it all up. Yeah, I was just like, oh no, what do I do? What do I do? And my first thought was just, I just got to clear up this water as quickly as possible. So I did that, emptied all the contents into the toilet, and then I just had a look at what had happened. I was just basically pulling the toilet back out, and in that process the customer knocked on the door and says, oh, we've got water coming through the ceiling downstairs. So my heart was racing. Then I went downstairs. It wasn't as dramatic as what they said, but there was 2 damp patches along the joins of the plasterboard going all the way along, and like a little drip of water on the ceiling. And yeah, upon further investigation, when I went upstairs, the pan connector had come off when I pulled it out the second time, and I basically flushed 6 litres of water straight into the ceiling space in a customer's occupied house. So every time I fit back to wall toilets now, I triple check the pan connectors, and it's really made me think. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys, and take care. Peace out.